Greetings and salutations. You are listening to Mama Roo's Ancestral Musings. This is a podcast about all things Blackness from an ancestral point of view. Happy 2020, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful end of the year celebration. Happy holidays to everyone who celebrated. Are you ready for this new year, this new decade? I hope you are. I sure am. 2019 was a very important year for me and for several others. Many others, people I don't even know or have any awareness of. Let's just say that 2019 was a very important year for us Black folks here in the United States and in the diaspora as well as on the continent. Why? Well, we had the year of return, okay? West African countries such as Ghana, Benin, and Nigeria, for example, all hosted year of return events in those respective countries. Shout out to every one of you that made it your business to get those tickets, get your shots, and get on planes and return home. I've spoken to a few friends and acquaintances who have done just that. And their stories, their pictures, their videos, man, I appreciate each and every one of you who shared your journey with me personally. Blessings and good favor to each and every one of you. There was also another type of return, and we did it spiritually, right? Yes. One way that we did that was with the Walking the Dakanga event in August of 2019, held here in Chicago, Illinois. And we did our own little return, okay? What we did was try to isolate that point in time where many of our ancestors that were brought into chattel slavery here in this country were made to give up their African traditions, notably their spiritual traditions. Guys, I apologize for the background noise. I am speakering today from my car. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of ripping and running, and I just figured, let me just go ahead and take advantage of this opportunity that I get to sit in my car while I'm waiting on someone, finishing an appointment, to talk to you guys. I know it's been a minute. But yes, we did our own sort of return with our ancestors, okay? That was part of it, to acknowledge the things that were forgotten, such as calling the names of their gods, okay? That was one of the important moments of that event. I didn't call the names of all the gods, but just a few that I could find, representing our ancestors and the names that they were made to forget. That's very, very important, okay? And we could feel the joy and the celebration in the air as we did so. And if you haven't, please go to my YouTube channel and you can see a couple of videos from that event, all right? 2019 was amazing. All right. Now, it did have its ups and downs, high moments, low moments. I've seen a lot of people, talk about some major things that happened to them personally or to their families and loved ones. A lot of losses in 2019. Okay. A lot of illness in 2019. I'm seeing, these things. Well, we're going to look to a better, stronger, and healthier 2020. Okay, now I'm not going to sit up here and preach to you guys about specific types of healthcare. I'm pretty sure you are very well aware of all the different things, plenty of things that one can do to increase their health. All right, lifestyle changes, absolutely. Getting in exercise and fresh air. I don't think anybody could disagree with those. Getting out in nature, especially, It's not only good for your health, it's good for your emotions, it's good for your mental state, and it's good for your spirits. The spirits that you have with you and the spirits that you have yet to know. Okay, so that was another thing that we tapped into during Walking the Dakinga in 2019, and that was developing and maintaining good relationships with the spirits of the natural world. In our case, we were out in the forest, okay? We were out in the woods communing with the spirits there, okay? And it was an amazing experience. And we started Hoodoo Heritage Month. Yes, back in October. We declared that the month of October to be Hoodoo Heritage Month. And that was incredible. I was so impressed with the reception that got, okay? We declared that the third Thursday of October to be John the Conqueror Day, okay? And we also declared that October 31st, which is known mainly as, Halloween, we declared that that would be Man of the Crossroads Day. All right, so if you've been following my social media, you have seen my posts about that. And do a hashtag search and see what else you can find, what other people were doing, okay? So those were very exciting and the beginning of something very important and very special for us all, okay? A lot of people have been hitting me up for first of the year readings, all right? And what I've decided to do is open up my schedule a little bit to accommodate you guys. So as some of you may know, I have very restricted reading days, and I do this for my own personal sanity. Okay, but I just have other stuff that I like to do during the week. So Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, are my reading days. Okay, and I usually read from 11 in the morning to 2 o'clock, sometimes 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I'm done. The way that I read, it takes a lot. It drains me physically, okay? It's work. It's work. It might not seem like it's a lot. You're sitting down, at your table in your comfortable chair, and you're just, reading the client. But trust and believe when I tell you, it does exact energy for me. I am very tired after a day of reading. However, I started instituting some little tips and tricks that I've gotten, here and there to sort of help me with, keeping my energy a little bit on point. So I decided to open up my schedule just a little bit so I could accommodate instead of pushing people, weeks ahead to get their reading. I decided to open up my weekly schedule and allow folks to come in on those other days that I tend to not hold readings. All right. So if you're interested in a reading from me, please visit mamaroo.com. That's MAMARUE.com. That's my website. And there you can book your reading. Okay. And I am sitting here in a tow zone with my hazards on, and this cop just pulled up next to me and giving me the stank eye. Like, lady, if you don't move. Oh my goodness. And now I can't move because the traffic is blocked. Goodness. Chicago city streets, y'all. But anyway. Okay, now he just done rolled on down the road. All right. So, yeah. Okay. I had to pause for a second and make sure that I am not going to sit here and get a ticket. Okay, dude just did a U-turn. Now he's coming back down the road. Guys, man, he better not. Don't mess with me today. Do not mess with me today, child. It's too cold out here for this business. Don't have me parking 3 blocks away and shit. It's too cold. Okay, he done rolled on past me. Ah, gratitude to the ancestors. So anyway, yes, if you are interested in a reading with me, please visit my website, purchase your reading there, and we'll get that reading done for you guys, okay? Now, I wanted to also make mention of the fact, this is something that I shared with the members of our Walking the Dakanga group, but I'm going to share it with you as well. It's winter, and depending on where you are, things aren't really growing out of the ground like they used to during spring and summer, and early fall. And sometimes we feel like, we have to resort to, plants for our spiritual work and our root doctrine that we harvested over the growing season and dried for, the purposes that we need them for the non-growing seasons. But we cannot overlook our tree family, you guys. We must get out and work with the trees. They're still standing, their leaves may be gone, but the wood is still there, and there's power in that wood. All right? So how does one do that? Well, you just get out to where the trees are, get quiet, get silent. All right? And wait and see who calls to you. And go to that tree, touch it, stroke that tree, hug the tree if you want to. Feel the bark under your hands. Move your hands along branches if you can, and just see what impressions you get. Because when it comes to this root working thing, too many of us tend to feel like we have to rely on information that's already been put out there. Okay? And a lot of stuff that's been put out there in the past by Europeans, for example, and they could be herbalists, naturopaths, witches, whatever. A lot of that information has sort of, worked its way into, the hoodoo herbal lore. And we got to be a little bit careful because how hoodoos approach plants is not like that. Okay, we rely on our own spirits to tell us what to do. Okay, and we can't make the mistake into thinking the way that a certain plant or herb or tree, bush, whatever, root, how it works, for one person or one group of people. That's just the way it's going to be. It's an absolute for everybody, no matter who, what, where, or, whatever. And that is just certainly not the case. Okay? Because what we say one thing does for us over here, somebody else might have a totally different approach to using that plant. All right? So we can't fall into these traps. Root workers rely on their connection to the natural world first and foremost. Now, that doesn't mean as a root worker you can't share information. That doesn't mean that you can't take something that someone shared with you and their experiences and the outcome and utilize it for yourself and expect pretty much the same results. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't do that. But what I'm saying is don't make that the totality of your focus when it comes to working with our plants. Okay? You've got to start flexing your muscles a little bit. Start relying on your own impressions, your own experiences, your own feelings. Start documenting these things for yourself. Experiment with these things, okay? And see what kind of results you get. Now, going back to trees, there are lots of uses for trees, twigs, branches, and barks, as well as using pieces of wood to collect wood dust. All of those things have a place in our tradition. So please don't sleep on them there trees. All right? When we talk about reclaiming our tradition, okay, there's work to be done. It's one thing to just think it and say it, right? And it sounds really freaking good, but we got to do the work. You got to get out here and do the work, all right? Because that's how you establish yourself as the person in your community, in your village, in your, wherever you are. That's how you establish yourself, all right? And you're out there harvesting, you're out there communing with the spirits. Somebody might see what you're doing. It might be genuinely curious and ask you, and so you tell them. You can tell them what you're doing. And they'll be like, well, man, I've been looking for somebody to help me with, a situation. And that's how you build, okay? That's how you build your experience. That's how you build your clientele basis. That's how you build your reputation. All right? It doesn't start with taking cutesy little pictures and posting them on social media and giving yourself the title. Okay? I know that's, real cute and all for a lot of folks to do. All right, I'm not bashing anyone that does that. But what I'm saying is you got to put a little work and experience behind said title, number one. And number two, we don't really give ourselves those titles. It's our clientele and our community and the people that we minister to, that we assist and help, that do that on our behalf. All right. And that seems to be getting lost nowadays. And that's something that we really need to bring back. All right. So please be careful trying to self-appoint titles that you really have no business appointing to yourself. Okay. Let the people do that. All right. Let them decide what it's going to be. And you can still call yourself whatever, but what's more important is how the people you help see you as far as that role is concerned. Because we see a lot of titles, but are the roles being really fulfilled in real life, in the real world, dealing with real people that you can touch, people that you can have before you? Because I'm not saying that we can't do work across the internet and across space and yada, yada, yada. I know a lot of traditional workers who don't work that way at all. Even given the option or opportunity, they still don't choose to. And I respect that immensely. Okay. However, you're going to have to get out here and get your hands dirty. You're going to get out here and make those treks, walk those hikes. You got to get out there and collect those waters and collect those dirts and build these relationships with the spirits around you. You cannot do that on social media. All right? So let's prepare ourselves for what's to come, because guys, listen, there's a mass awakening going on. All right? And so those who have been called, who've been tapped to be that one, all right, to be that spiritualist, to be that root worker, to be that root doctor, to be that midwife, to be that spiritualist, to be that conjurer. Okay, you better start getting prepared to do some real work, because people are awakening. And not everybody who is awakened is going to be called to be that doctor, that spiritualist, that conjurer, that midwife, that doula, and whatever. All right? So you got to start honing your skills. All right? Start honing your skills with spirit. Start honing your skills with the materials of the natural world. And be ready. Okay? Because the people are coming. They've been praying for you. They've been looking for answers, looking for guidance, looking for ways that they can put change into their lives. And that's where you come in. So the time for playing games on the internet, it's pretty much over. Okay? It's pretty much over. You either are serious about this or you're not. And if you're not serious about this, please don't be faking the funk on social media. There's a whole bunch of other things you can call yourself, okay? But we can't be out here confusing people acting like, we are, years experienced into this and can help, whoever. Let's not do that. All right. We're talking about people's lives here. Sometimes things are matters of life and death. Okay. And if you don't know what you're doing, but you're out here fooling people because of your cute little picture and the cute little, profile name that you're giving yourself, you're asking for a world of pain to be brought into your life. So let's not be out here messing around and playing games with folks, okay? It's time to get serious. Oh, yeah. It is time to get serious. So for those of you who are, you got some amazing things coming your way, okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. People are coming to you. People have been looking for you. People have been praying for you. So please take your roles and your positions in this tradition very seriously, okay? I cannot stress that enough. So that's all I have for you today. Again, if you want to follow me on social media, I go by my gov name on Facebook, where I am Mina Wilson. You can follow me there. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at MamaRooHH. All right. And you can contact me through my website. Send me an email at contact@mamaroo.com. Okay. And yeah, I hope you had a wonderful close 2019. May all good things come to you for 2020. And as always, I'm wishing you love, peace, and powerful juju. Take care, everybody.